Hello YouTube. Today this is going to be a video about me explaining to you what you are, who you are, and what you come from. And I'm going to be diving real deep, and I'm going to be explaining a lot of symbols that they deemed cursed. A lot of symbols that, we actually need to connect with things around us. So first off, I want to talk about your physical body. The human being body. Okay, so a human being, sorry about that. So a human being always has a God physique. So if you don't know what a God physique is, I'm going to show you right now in this one.
So what you're looking at right now is the God physique. As you can see, it is the arm, leg, arm, head. Now the symbols that you see around this pentagram, because I want to let you know something right now. This is what, and I'm going to explain this, how I just did, but this is what they try to scare you away from. But you see the arm, the leg, the arm, and the head. That is the God physique. That's what they mean when they said God made us in his image. Now, let me carry on more about this.
Okay, so that was a God physique. So you see how the way the person was standing out like this? So the God physique, you see how the way it was like a star and a circle around them? So that is the God physique. So you know how in the Bible it said that God made us in his image? I'm going to show you that right now too out of the Bible right here. So right there it shows you that we're made in God's image. So with that being said, you have to sit down and think, what is God's image? So if we were made in God's image, you see an image of me now, right? Well, it's a video. The image. So we look just like his physical. And that was the picture that I showed you, the star, the man laying in the star. So that is the God physique. The God physique is the star. The reason why it's a star, because it has 5 points. We have 5 points where we have 5 limbs. The arm, the leg, and the head. So that is the 5 points that makes up the 5 star. So that's why you'll see a pentagram, which that really makes up your physique, the God physique, the God image that he gave you. That's what that makes up.
So right here, you can also see arm, leg, arm, head. That's also where they get the term Allah from. So Allah is really your physique. The arm, the leg, the arm, the head. So when you're praying to Allah, you're really praying to yourself. You understand that? That's who Allah is. And you get it? Amen, amen. Every time you say amen, you're saying amen. And men was made in God's image. Now let me just carry on so you can get a better understanding of the elements.
So now that you know that you are the God physique and we are the 5 point star, we are the star that they talk about in the sky. Now you must understand that that's what all this about. They deem that these symbols, the pentagram and all that, they put it in witchcraft and black magic. You got to understand that the names and the type of energy that they put on these words, witchcraft, black magic, all that, they try to make it sound negative when really it's one with nature. So you will even see the elements. That's what the pentagram is, the 5 points. Those are the 5 elements. Now these are the 5 elements. You have fire, which is the solar plex, because this is where your soul is, just like the sun. So basically, the sun is basically what your soul is. Your soul is that hot. That's where the fire comes in. That's where the element of fire comes in. So then you have water. That's what the percentage of your body is made of. 75% water. So you have fire, water, and you have earth. Like I told you, we are one with nature. We are everything around us. Earth. That's your skin. That's because if you have carbon in your skin, carbon is the form of which everything around you, that's the first base of it in the chemical. So carbon, this skin complexion, carbon is in everything around me. The wall, the ground, that chemical carbon is in everything. So that's the earth element within you. So then you have fire, water, earth, fire, water, earth. Then you have air. The air is the oxygen, the air that you breathe in, the hydrogen that you breathe in. That's air. And then you have spirit, because spirit is basically what everything around you has. That's what this whole 3D, that's what the whole 3D is made up of, a spirit. Everything has a soul and a spirit. that recycling bin has a soul and a spirit.
For you to get a better understanding of what I'm saying, you got to understand that everything has a soul and a spirit. So even that recycling bin, everything is living around you. Everything has a soul and a spirit, just like we have a soul and a spirit. But the reason why that recycling bin is not moving or talking is because it vibrates so slow to the point where it makes up a solid. So air vibrates so fast to the point where you can't see it with these two naked eyes. And the solid is vibrating so slow to the point where you can see it. But all these things are living. You understand what I'm saying? All these things are living. So they have a spirit and a soul. So in order for you to manifest or attract it to you, you have to sit down and envision and all that. You basically have to ask for permission, because just like we have a spirit and a soul, can't nobody just come up to you and say, give me that shirt and take it. No, they have to ask you. Just like when you meditate, you try to ask for your gifts or what you're trying to meditate. Now let's carry on.
With that being said, that's why I was telling you, if you have a soul and a spirit, when you have a soul, you are able to manifest things towards you, because the soul is the magnetism. We live in a magnetic realm. So the soul is a magnet. That's what attracts everything that has a soul and a spirit towards you. You understand what I'm saying? So since you have a soul, you are able to attract every object towards you, because every object has a spirit and a soul. But that's why I was telling you, it's certain human beings that only have a spirit, that they don't have, the gift and the powers to manifest. You feel me? But that's why it's always about frequency. You always have to be on a high frequency for you to manifest good things. You feel me? Like that's what it's all about. So now I just broke down to you what you are. You feel me? I just broke down to you what you are, the 5-star. That's what you are. You the God Physique. You are the God. You are the goddess. If you are made in God's image, you are the God. Even though they even said in the Bible that God put his breath in us. You feel me? So that's the words that you speak and everything. It's not really the words and all that. You got to understand that even the Bible was created for you to worship something outside of yourself. It was created for you to degrade yourself in a way. So this is what I mean. When you're following Christianity and all that, you always have certain things that you have to do and certain things that you cannot do. You can never live fully to the full extent. When you're in Christianity, your soul is always locked on and tied to something. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not able to be free. You're always going to sit down and have a fearful thought, because you were grown up into a certain, religion. So now when you have certain thoughts, you restrict yourself from acting on those thoughts. You restrict yourself from acting on those thoughts when you're in a certain religion, because you'll sit down and you will have normal thoughts, what we normally have. But that's why I told you in separate videos that your thoughts aren't always yours half the time. So that's why you should always just really be following yourself. You shouldn't really follow your thoughts or what people tell you. You should always go into what feels right. So now this is an actual video of me telling you what you are and where you come from. You feel me? You have the God's physique. So if you have a spirit and a soul, you're able to manifest. Everything around you have a spirit and a soul. The chair, the concrete, a house has a spirit and a soul. So with you having a soul, you are able to attract that magnetic thing towards you, because the soul is magnetic. So it's such as your soul. So now that you know that everything is energy, everything that you think about is okay, so it's like this. Everything that you think about is gonna build towards the future. So think of yourself like technology. Think of yourself like a robot. And there is really no past, no present, or no future. Because right now I can create a future and then make that my future. Or I can go back in the past. Okay, so like I was saying, I can go back in the past and I can look at my memories. So think of yourself like a phone. You can always go on your phone and look back in the memories, right? You can always do that. So you can always force yourself to go back to the past. So the past really doesn't exist, because you're basically taking yourself back to a moment that happened. The future doesn't really exist, because you're building something to that moment that didn't really happen. The only thing that you can really say is right here, is the current, is the now. But even that isn't even now, because time is an illusion. There's a time spell that has been put on this whole universe. There's a time spell that has been put on everything. Like, they say that there's 60 seconds in a minute. 6 plus 0 is 6. There's 60 minutes in an hour. 6 plus 0 is 6. And there's 24 hours in a day. 2 plus 4 is 6. That's 666. And that is also the chemical. If you have carbon in your skin, if you have carbon in your skin, that's the chemical of what your skin is, neuromelanin. That's the chemical of neuromelanin. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I wanted to come to y'all with this drop. I didn't want to make it too deep because I can keep on going about a gang of things as far as like this. They tell you that there's 365 days in a week. I mean, my fault. There's 365 days in a year, right? But they only taught us 7 days out of the week. We only know 7 days. We only know the name of 7 days. Or I was putting up 6 fingers. I caught myself. We only know 7 days. But there's 365 days in a year. So with you knowing that, it can't be 365 days in a year because we keep on repeating days. That means we're really frozen in time. Understand what I'm saying? Time is an illusion. Days is an illusion. Years is an illusion. All of that is an illusion. You might gotta understand that. In that case, it's really 7 days in a year. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're gonna keep on repeating those 7 days until you reach 365 days, and then you say, "Oh, it's been 365 days," and really it's just been 7 days. 300 and not 365 times, but it's been 7 days. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? You know, if you have the gift to understand what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying right now. So that's basically the fucking time spell that they have on you, letting you believe that time is real and really there is no such thing as time. That's a spell. And then another thing, another key thing that I'm gonna give you right now before I get off. Our blood has metal in it. We breathe in oxygen. At first, we used to breathe in hydrogen. And so, do you see the skies, the chemtrails? That's really oxygen that they put into the sky. When you breathe in oxygen, your blood has metal in it. And what happens to metal when oxygen is exposed to it? You know, what happens when oxygen touches metal? It starts to rust. So we start to believe in time because we're breathing in oxygen and it's making us rust, aka is making us age. But what's making the illusion of time keep going is us believing in time, us believing in death. Death is also an illusion. Once you understand that you're just a spirit and a soul powering on this body, you understand that really the body just dies. Like, you know how you turn off your game? Really, that's how life used to be. You could turn off your game and turn it back on. You'll leave your body, go to sleep and have a what they call dream, but that's really you going to different earths and realities. You'll go to sleep and have a dream, but really you will never die. It will never age because we used to breathe in hydrogen. But now since this planet has got a rating of all its energy and drained of its energy sources, you know, it has been flipped. Everything is flipped backwards on us. So yeah, I'm just letting y'all know that right now. That's why we even age. You see, it has to be a spell on top of a spell, but they need our belief in order for these spells to even work. And what can help this? What's going to end this? Is what's happening now. A lot of people are waking up. Soon it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna see nothing but people of knowledge and truth on YouTube, but people exposing people because the people have to get exposed. You know, what was in the darkness has to come to light in order for it to get destroyed. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long, but this was an 11-minute video. I love you guys, and I want you all to know that you are all safe. Just remain calm in this realm. Because this is just a realm. That's another thing. This is just a realm. This whole earth has 9 realms. We're on one plane. That plane is the realm. I love y'all.
And so we on the same page. It's 365 days in a year, but we know 7. So what's the 8th day? Bye-bye.